Tonight, the investigation continues into just how many cases were tampered with by a chemist with the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. Good evening, I'm Abby Maurer.
And I'm Rockman Johnson. You're inside the news at 5. Right now, the FDLE is looking across the state for cases that could have been affected. Now, according to officials, this one crime lab analyst could have compromised hundreds of cases by tampering with evidence. And what he did was swapped out prescription pills for over-the-counter medications. Now, on Saturday, the FDLE announced they believe the chemist working in Pensacola at a laboratory was tampering with evidence. They said that what they saw showed that he was swapping out the drugs. Now, an FDLE department spokesperson says that information is still coming down and they don't have a motive. His name, we now know, is Joseph Graves. He resigned from the department as of Monday. Officials from the department say they were planning to fire him because of these allegations and evidence that they discovered. Now, they're working to see if there are grounds to prosecute Graves on criminal charges, but no charges have been filed right now. Now, he processed about 2,600 cases that spanned 35 counties across the state. FDLE has gone on to notify 80 agencies around the state to double-check their cases because there could be evidence tampering.
And so how is this case of massive evidence tampering affecting cases in our area?
Christina Resnick talked with State Attorney Willie Meggs today about the impact right here in the Big Bend.
A massive drug evidence breach with the potential to compromise hundreds of cases throughout the state.
And his cases that worked represent 1% of all the drug cases that were worked during that time period. However, the impact is going to be significant.
Don't know what the person was doing, don't know if they were using or selling, but neither one of those are good. So it's just a tragedy all the way around.
State Attorney Willie Meggs says the chemist was on his way to Tallahassee to testify in a case last week. But Meggs says that trial has now been delayed after they discovered drug evidence had been replaced. And if they find evidence tampering in other cases, convictions and sentences could be changed.
And what in fact has happened is there's been a substitution. Those folks are going to want to go back and look and then have their conviction or their plea set aside. And if that happens, I don't see any way to oppose that.
Because of this incident, FDLE is reviewing all of their policies and procedures. And Meggs says that he hopes that budgetary problems that require evidence to be transferred to other regions, like from a case here in Tallahassee to a lab in Pensacola, will also be taken into consideration.
Those budget cuts have hurt, and they need to be restored so we can get back to doing business correctly and not sending our drugs to Pensacola, Orlando, Tampa, Miami for testing.
At a press conference last week, FDLE Commissioner Gerald Bailey says he hopes to see charges filed soon. In Tallahassee, Christina Resnick, WTXL ABC 27, dedicated to you.